Hi, Facebook. I just wanted to pop on here because I promised you that I was going to come on live and talk about this concept of the difference between disruption versus distraction. And disruption is not always a bad thing. Distraction can 100% be a bad thing, an unfruitful thing. And so I was actually looking up the definitions of these words. And a distraction is anything that prevents you from giving your full attention to something or someone. And a disruption is an interruption, okay, of an event, an activity, or a process. And most of us live in the place of complacency. Most of us live in the place of comfort. Comfort and complacency often probably are coupled together, in my opinion, because the more comfortable you are, the less likely you are to make changes, grow, develop, push yourself, challenge yourself, be challenged, etc. A disruption is a good thing. Sometimes in life, God sends disruptions. He'll come and interrupt what you're doing, i.e. bad habits, i.e. bad relationships, i.e. negative thinking, stagnation, complacency, and he'll send an interruption, right? When you also have goals and you have things that God has placed inside of you to bring to fruition on this time side of life, it is disruptive to your comfort, okay? Success, health, stewardship, relationships, fellowship, ministry, all of these different components of things that can be fruitful are disruptive to your comfort because I don't want to say they make you because you don't have to do it. They put you in a position to challenge the status quo, mediocrity, your own laziness. Disruption is good and it's inconvenient. Distraction is what's preventing you from focusing on the things you're called to, i.e. all the list of stuff that I listed. A distraction is like, ooh, squirrel, or on to the next thing, or it's what interrupts I don't even want to use the word it interrupts. It's what keeps you from consistency, because we get distracted. We start something, we don't finish. We start something, we don't finish. It can be emotional distractions. It can be sometimes our people we love can be a distraction. Sometimes our own stinking thinking. If we don't work on this, you guys, this is why do you think God tells us to renew our minds? Because this thing right here between my ears will mess me up in a hot second. And it is often the most distracting thing about me is my mindset. Because if I'm not careful about what I'm eating, not just physically, because you guys know I'm on a health journey, but if I'm not careful on what I'm taking in through my eye gate, my ear gate, and even I will argue consuming, because the way I feel in my physical body 100% affects my mental clarity, 100% affects my energy and my ability to even show up to hear from God. Okay? And I don't mean showing up like going to church and all those things, which are good. I'm just talking about being present enough to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit's unction, guidance, and movement. I have to be careful what's going on in between here. This is the playground of the devil if I don't steward it. Suggestions come in all day long. Facebook, media, driving around town, billboards, other people's conversations. It's all over the place. You are being suggested to whether you want to be or not. Hi, honey. Okay? And so you have to process and cast down those imaginations to protect your mind so that your mind can be fixed on the things that Christ calls you to be fixed on, so that you can be present and show up and be consistent and allow God to disrupt your comfort. Stop thinking it's a bad thing. Stop rebuking it. A disruption is good because we need some of our stinking thinking and negative attitudes and bad behaviors and bad habits to be disrupted. And it's one of the probably most frustrating things we go through because we found comfort in them. And when someone or something comes along and disrupts what's been comfortable, our status quo, what we're used to doing. We don't like it because we are creatures of habit. Okay? And sometimes those habits are not serving us or others well. And so disruption is an interruption in an event, activity, or process, and it is necessary for us in different seasons of life to experience disruption. Because otherwise, we just sink into the background of life, and before we know it, life is living us and we are not living our life. So it's okay to be disrupted. What you want to prevent is distractions from the consistent things that you are called to do to be fruitful in your life so that you can bless those that God has put in your sphere of influence, whatever that may look like for you. So I just want to talk about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know, like, share if you think it'll bless somebody. I'm hoping I'm disrupting something for you tonight. All right, you guys. Bye.